Thanks for watching tonight. I'm Margot Gray. We begin with a murder case now dismissed involving a Huntsville man. WAFF 48 News was first to tell you about a Madison County judge finding no probable cause to move the case forward against Byron Peterson. Peterson was charged with shooting and killing his neighbor, 53-year-old Demetrius Jones, back in March. But this may not be the end of his legal fight. WAFF 48's Nick Ballinger spoke to his attorney tonight. Nick, he believes prosecutors will still put this case in front of a grand jury to indict Peterson despite this judge's ruling.
Yeah, Margot, Tim Douthit with the Madison County DA's office says that's a strong possibility and they're allowed to do it. Now, he says generally around 9 out of 10 times a district judge won't throw out any cases and will simply pass it on to a grand jury. But in some cases like this one, the judge may rule that there's not enough probable cause to even present it to that grand jury.
22-year-old Byron Peterson is walking free after a Madison County District Judge ruled there wasn't enough probable cause to indict him for the murder of 53-year-old Demetrius Jones in March. Tim Douthit with the Madison County DA's office says a ruling like this is rare.
Normally, 99 out of 100 cases, you go in front of a judge, the police officer will say, this is our probable cause. District court will say, great, send it to the grand jury.
Peterson's attorney, Chad Morgan, says the judge believed his client's self-defense claim.
100%. This is probably one of the best self-defense cases I've had in years.
Morgan says Jones's killing on March 3rd started when Peterson went to confront him at his front door.
There was allegations that he had made some type of sexual remarks to my client's 14-year-old sister at the time.
When Peterson's sister identified Jones as the man who was allegedly making sexual advances at her, he and 3 others confronted him, and he says Jones came out with a gun.
Well, the guy was waving it in front of everybody in a threatening manner with his finger on the trigger. So my client moved to the right to get away from the weapon and pulled his own weapon and shot.
Morgan says his client not only had a self-defense claim for himself, but he was defending his sister as well.
Anybody comes to talk to your little sister when they're 14 about sexual advances, and it's your responsibility at that point because your parents are deceased. So, I mean, it's time to go take care of business.
Morgan believes prosecutors will present this case to a grand jury and once again pursue a murder charge, something Douthit says they can and more than likely will do.
There's no real question that the guy did it. The question is self-defense. He's saying he should have been allowed to do it. And that is a defense in Alabama, and you can claim self-defense if you want. But in our view, the appropriate place for that decision to be made is not in front of a judge, but in front of a jury.
Now, prosecutors are allowed to seek a different ruling if they believe a district judge may have gotten it wrong or interpreted the law incorrectly. Now, once again, Douthit says this is very rare that district judges will throw out cases, and it's also rare that prosecutors will disagree. But we will continue to keep you updated on this story. Reporting live in Huntsville, Nick Ballinger, 48 News, on your side.